Well, the unions were, I don't know, a little intense yesterday in Michigan as Michigan decides to go in, and I think this is absolutely incredible, they decide to go right to work in Michigan. Look at how things have changed. Look at how they're all changing now so rapidly, but they're only changing locally. Everything is changing locally, not nationally. How do the people in Michigan elect people that say, yes, right to work, and yet they elect Barack Obama nationally? I don't understand. I don't understand how that works. Yesterday, union thugs assaulted and beat Steven Crowder. Now, Steven is a friend of the show. He's been on from time to time. He's done stuff, and we've posted it up on the Blaze. He's a comedian. He's a funny guy, and he's a political commentator. He was up in the crowd, and they were starting to cut this tent down. And the union was surrounding this tent for Americans for Prosperity, right? Wasn't it Americans for Prosperity?
I think it was, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there were women, there were elderly people inside of this tent, and these union thugs surround the tent. And somebody takes a knife and starts cutting this tent down. Now it's collapsing on the people. And so Steven goes out, and he is trying to, hold the tent up because it's collapsing on women inside. And this union thug grabs him and starts, 4 punches?
Yeah, he's wailing on him.
4 unanswered punches to the face. Steven is not a little girl. Steven, if I'm not mistaken...
Yeah, he's a mixed martial arts guy.
Yeah. So he can clearly respond to this, but he doesn't. He takes 4 punches to the face. He's got a chipped tooth. I think he's got some bruises. He's got a cut on his head. And he didn't answer it. So far, nobody's arrested this guy. And everybody knows who he is. There's pictures of him. So we know who he is. And the White House responded. But let's start here. Let's first go with the audio from Steven Crowder.
Right to work that you oppose so much. What I oppose about right to work is because it's the freedom to freeload. They can suck all of the parasitical benefits and the hard wages that unions have negotiated, and they get it for free.
Already destroyed one tent. Leave the tent alone.
Get the out of my face.
Don't tear down the tent.
Get the out of my face.
You hurt a lady in there.
You're addressing me. I ain't hurt nobody. You hurt the out of my face. Back the fuck up.
Stop tearing down the tent.
Back the fuck up.
Okay.
This is really bad. Wow.
Looks like he gets in 3 punches.
Wow. I mean, the guy just wails on him.
Yeah.
Just wails on him.
He hits him hard.
And Steven the whole time has his hands up. And he said the reason why the people did not come out of the tent is they were afraid of being killed. Some of them were being shouted out, "We'll kill you! We'll kill you!"
You can hear him on some of the parts
At the end of
video.
this, if we let this play a little further, you can hear him yelling about, "I've killed people with guns before." Or something.
I'll kill a motherfucker with a gun. I've killed plenty of motherfuckers with a gun.
I mean, this is your side, Democrats.
Wow.
This is your side. This is who you choose to stand with? Really? Where is the press when they were saying that this is what the Tea Party was saying? The Tea Party, they're dangerous. Look at this rhetoric. Look at this action. Look at the action. Look at what is happening.
Yeah, these are violent people.
Oh, really violent people. These are really, really violent people.
Well, in Michigan, Representative Douglas Geis yesterday was talking about there would be blood. And
let me hear the whole thing.
Yeah.
We're going to pass something that will undo 100 years of labor relations.
Yes.
And there will be blood.
Oh.
There will be repercussions. We will relive the Battle of the Overpass.
Okay, they'll relive the Battle of the Overpass, which happened, I think it was 1937, and it was a violent, bloody battle. So that's what he's talking about, actual blood being spilled in the streets. Carney's asked about it yesterday.
At the White House.
And here's what he says.
I've seen those comments, and I'm not sure that they mean what some would interpret it to mean. I just haven't seen them. You heard the president talk about it.
He doesn't know what it is. Play Geist's comment again.
And we're going to pass something that will undo 100 years of labor relations. And there will be blood.
Oh.
There will be repercussions. We will relive the Battle of the Overpass.
I mean, it's clear.
But
Stu,
not to Carney.
Google Battle of the Overpass. Let's get the, let's just get the quick rundown on Battle of the Overpass so the facts are there. Because you could say, and this is exactly what they would say, they would never give this benefit of the doubt to the Tea Party, but if he just said, and there will be blood, you could say that was political speech, blah, blah, blah. Again, they'd never give that.
Not when you reference a specific instance,
But
though.
he did that. He gave the specific instance. So let's look at the specific instance. What is it?
So it was an incident May 26th, as you pointed out, Pat, 1937. Labor organizers clashed with Ford Motor Company security guards at a plant in Dearborn, Michigan.
Was there actual blood spilled?
Let's see. At approximately 2 p.m., several of the leading organizers were asked by a photographer to pose for a picture with a Ford sign in the background. While they were posing, men from the Service Department and Internal Security Force came from behind and began to beat them. Number of attackers is disputed, but may have been as many as 40.
Listen, that number of attackers disputed. The progressives, they never report anything. They just never. We're not sure. We're not sure. They knew that there was 36,000 people on the mall for the Restoring Honor thing. They knew exactly how many people were in Washington. It's 36,314. That's exactly the number. But here you have an incident where people are being beaten. We don't know how many. Reports vary from none to cartoon figures to people posing as Union thugs. We're just not really sure what happened.
One of the leaders had his jacket pulled over his head and was kicked and punched. One of the other people there said, quote, 7 times they raised me off the concrete and slammed me down on it. They pinned my arms. I was punched and kicked and dragged by my feet to a stairway, thrown down the first flight of steps, picked up, slammed down on the platform, and kicked up on the second flight.
Do me a favor.
Blah, blah, blah.
Send the Blaze, whoever is in charge of the archives, find out the episode that we did where we went over the Union thuggery of the 1930s. Do you remember that episode?
I do.
And we had, I don't remember what we did it for, but we had all of the video or all of the film from the thuggery that happened, and I'll bet you that was in there. Because there was stuff from Dearborn, there was stuff from San Francisco, it was in Dearborn, and it was in Wisconsin. And we were talking about these are the places that are currently having the same kinds of problems. It was actually Oakland, California, Madison, Wisconsin, right, Jeffy? You remember this?
Yes.
And I think it was Dearborn, Michigan. And it's the heart of the progressive movement.
Yeah.
And so when they say there's going to be blood in the streets, they mean it.
I'm not sure what that. I'm not sure. I didn't.
I've seen those comments, and I'm not sure that they mean what some would interpret that.
Okay, stop for a second. I've heard this comment, and it took me a while to figure out where I've heard that comment before. But I have heard it before. I've heard it in a movie.
You have.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Wonder what movie you could have.
I can think.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Violence. There's blood in the streets. You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
So Jay Carney's now the Spaniard from Princess Bride.
Yeah, I actually think he may be associated with a six-fingered man.